So if you want to change your life, you have to change your matter. Now, a lot of us have been fed a lot of bullshit about what's true or false. So we might think that I can't make money, or we might think I can't have love, or we might think I'm broke. You know, a lot of people say I'm broke. And it's very fascinating because that one belief, I am broke, can basically permeate all other parts of your life and break other parts of your life, right? So you have to clear all the untruths and falsehoods, which means you have to question your judgment. So if you're saying something and you say to yourself, oh, I can't do that, be willing to be consciously aware enough to say, is that really true that I can't do that? So your judgments, and what I'm going to define judgments to be, is basically all your conclusions that you bought and sold yourself at some level, and these are the things that are blocking you from reaching the higher frequencies. So when I ask the question to myself, how do I raise my frequency like the quickest, the fastest, because I wanted to know exactly what these higher vibrations were, the message that I received is actually quit judging everything. Don't judge everything. And now that sounds like a simple little thing, don't judge everything. What does that mean? Well, if you have, for instance, the conclusion of what if, like I'm a girl, I'm a female, I'm a woman. So if I have a judgment on what a female is supposed to be in the society, then that judgment could actually limit that which I pull into my reality, right? So one judgment, I am female, it seems pretty simple, could have behind it 100 other little things, subsets of beliefs, right, that basically can block me from, you know, if I'm female, but behind that is I'm female, therefore I don't make as much money as a man, therefore all those things would actually limit what I actually go do in my life. What I was noticing with clients is if they came to me and they said, I have a block on money, what I would have to do is I'd have to go in and just go, where did that first start? And sometimes it would start when they're 2 years old and they heard their mom and dad, you know, literally fighting about money, right? Or the father said something cruel to the kid of, oh, you can't have that, right? How many times do we tell our children, we can't have that, we can't afford that, no, we can't have that, or no, 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 no. All those things actually start to build up and limit our ability to reach for something new. That's pretty much what everybody's problem is. You have all these stuck things that are subconsciously like hanging out, and you go to like make a choice in your world, and these things kind of kick in, and that's where you say, well, I started to manifest something and it didn't happen. Well, that's because your soul loves you enough that it's going to basically bring up all your crap so that you can see it, and if you just keep going for it, eventually all those judgments will go away. So how do you get these judgments and conclusions from others? By aligning, agreeing, resisting, and reacting to them and to the environment around you. Because. So if you want to track what your judgments are, it's very simple. If you say, I can't do this because, all the things that you spit out like right after the because are generally all your justifications, beliefs, and things. And if you just consciously pay attention to them for 2 seconds, that's your clue for what's actually blocking you. I had a client who came to me, and I'd ask her a question, and I would say to her, what do you think about XYZ, whatever it was? And the first thing that came out of her mouth every time I asked her a question was, I don't know. And then she'd say the answer after, I don't know. I'd say, what color do you like? And she'd say, I don't know, blue. And I'd say, well, what do you want to manifest? Well, I don't know, da-da-da-da. And I'm thinking, wow, she doesn't even really get the language that she's speaking right now. And then she was also complaining that she wasn't intuitive enough. But she couldn't see her own little pattern of, you know, saying, I don't know, after every time somebody asked her a question. Where did the I don't know come from? Well, I basically traced it back, and it came from always having to justify to her parents why she was doing something. Like her parents would ask her, say, I want to go buy that dress. And they'd say, well, why do you want to go buy that dress? And then she'd have to come up with a zillion reasons of why she had to go buy that dress. And then finally, at some point, she just caved in to this whole weird reality. And if she said, I don't know first, and then gave the reason, she could pretty much justify her whole life. But the I don't know was blocking her from her intuition, from her own knowing. I'm bringing that up so that you start paying a little more conscious attention to what it is that your natural habits are when you're speaking, or what other judgments that you're thinking. So if you can't change your environment, you either haven't chosen to change it, or you haven't cleared the judgments blocking you. As an infinite being, you only have two things. You have choice and you have awareness. You're a perceiving, knowing being who's in a body. So you can either choose things or you can be aware, and choice will always overrule. Okay? You choose something really powerfully, then everything will come up that's in the way of that, and then you just clear it. And that's really all you have to do to, be happy.